Welcome to the Blerdsnerds podcast.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Blerdsnerds podcast. I'm Shannon.
James.
Jaja's here.
And Jossie is not here, but James is back. Welcome back, James. How have you
Happy to
been?
be back. Not too bad. I've been, well, the first week I was out getting a tattoo, and the second time had a family trip. But I'm back, recovered, been keeping it nerdy.
Yes. Now that you're back, we'll post your tattoo on our social media. What do you want to wait? Do you want to tell people what it is, or do you just want to wait until
We'll make them visit the page and give us some interactions.
Okay, sounds good.
It's a flyer tattoo. Yeah, go ahead.
No, you go ahead, Jaja.
I was gonna say, if you're into anime, definitely check out the post.
Yes. So that'll be up when this episode comes out. So in your 2 weeks, besides getting your tattoo, have you been doing anything nerdy?
Yeah, so I haven't been playing Call of Duty still, but I have started playing Pokemon Unite. So a MOBA genre, that's actually my first MOBA that I've actually ever played. It's pretty interesting. I don't know if all MOBAs are like this, but Pokemon Unite I like. So if you guys want to check out MOBAs or just like Pokemon, I check it out. It's free on Switch. And then I've been playing, I started playing DC Universe Online with some of my friends. I'd never actually played it before either, but we were looking for multiplayer games on PlayStation. So if you guys have any suggestions for PS4 or PS5 4-player games online, let us know. We're looking for some that aren't Call of Duty. So
I'm glad you're trying to actively move away from Call of Duty. Jaja, you should be taking some notes here.
Yeah.
I have been moving away. I've been playing a lot of Marvel Future Revolution. I'll save that for my nerdy things. But just in response to James real quick, Pokemon Unite, I'm waiting for that to come out on the phone. It comes out in September. So I'm going to be playing that.
A couple weeks, huh? This is September 9th.
Yeah. Well, I think it's the 9th. I forgot the exact release date, but don't quote me. But I think it comes out this month for the phone. And what's the second thing you were talking about?
DC Universe Online.
DC Universe. I actually got a PS2. It came out on just to play that game. Like literally, that's the only reason why I got a PS2. And then it's out on Xbox now. So that game's pretty dope though. I spent a lot of hours in that game.
Yeah, I can see why people were spending so many time on it, because this is my first time ever playing it. I used to watch my little cousin play it, and I was like, this guy's having a lot of fun. But now that I was playing it, I was like, okay, this is fun.
Have you played Marvel Avengers?
No, I haven't.
You should try that. That's a nice 4-player team-up game.
I have to check that one out.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about the one? The console one. Yes.
Right.
Not the one for the phone. Okay. I started playing that. By the way, I played it after you told me to. Only a little bit though, but it seems cool. You just have to get used to the fighting style on the phone. It's kind of weird to me because I'm not using a controller. So
right.
But sorry, I interrupted your conversation.
No, that's it. Is that it for your nerdy thing, James?
Yeah, I haven't started any new series or anything like that. Just keeping up with my same One Piece, My Hero, Tokyo Avengers.
Jaja, what about you? What have you been doing?
Well, I already spoiled half of it. I've been playing a lot of Marvel Future Revolution on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
I'm addicted to it. I got my Storm to level 50, and I got a few characters to level 25. But I've been focusing on Storm, and I've been enjoying it a lot. I'm starting to unlock a lot of the game modes like PvP and a lot of different instances that you can go on. It's a pretty big game for a mobile phone. I definitely appreciate that it's free and everything. But moving on, I've been watching Eden Zero. I told you guys I was going to watch that last week. So yes. I did watch it. I watched the whole season. Wow. And I have to recommend it. You guys have to watch it.
I was actually going to start watching it this week. I was just really busy, so I didn't get around to it. But I kept scrolling past it, and I kept seeing the preview. It seems like it's good. So I'm definitely going to watch it. I just haven't got around to it.
You would definitely like it, Shannon. It gives Gurren Lagann vibes. Definitely.
Does it? Because when I was watching the preview, I was getting fairy tale vibes from it, but I don't know if that's just.
Well, yes. Okay. In the beginning, yes, because of the little cat. They named the cat Happy, and it looks the same exact as.
They named the cat Happy too. The cat's name is Happy.
Yeah, and the voice is like the same too. It's weird.
That's weird.
But
Why?
I
Yeah.
think it's like a prequel of Fairy Tale.
Is it?
think so.
I read a manga back in the day called Eden Zero, and it was about the Eden character from Fairy Tale, like a prequel
Oh.
to
Mm,
everything that started.
You know what? That makes a lot of sense then. So that is what it is. Then
that's interesting.
that is the
But
only explanation.
It was a cool anime. The main character. There's nothing better than a main protagonist that's OP and like no one can stop him. There's nothing better than that.
Oh God.
His powers, like the way they explain it, they're like he has gravity powers. It's like seems like simple, but the way he uses them is like cool as hell. So check it out. We'll talk about it more when you guys watched it.
Yeah, I'll watch it this week, so I'll be able to talk about it next week.
And of course, I saw Shang-Chi, and of course, I saw the What If episode 4. And we could talk about that later.
Yes.
But I'll pass it to you, Shannon.
I haven't done much nerdy. I watched What If, of course, and then I also watched Shang-Chi, of course. Had to see that this weekend. I got an AMC Stubs card, so now I'm gonna be going to the movies more often.
Yes.
So.
Shannon's back.
Yep. And since we are winging it this week, listeners, sorry, it was poor planning on my part. I guess we can just get into stuff. But really quickly, I have to say I went to an 8:45 p.m. showing of Shang-Chi, and I saw it in 3D because that was the theater that had the most seats available. I haven't been to a 3D movie in years, so it was what's so funny?
No, because I forgot to like the movie experience. Like, I don't mean to cut you off, but it did feel weird going to the movie theaters again, and I went to like a Dolby, there was no empty seats pretty much.
Yeah.
And luckily the person to my left didn't show up. So like I got to like lean to my left and but I had a really huge person sitting to my right. So it was kind of weird.
I had somebody sitting to my left who he wasn't sitting right next to me. His like dad, I think, was right next to me. And then he was on the other side. He was like a kid. He kept coughing. And I was like, if this child keeps coughing in this movie, I'm about to say something to your father. Like, can y'all, like, why are y'all in here if he's coughing? Can you go somewhere? Go somewhere else.
Right. Yeah. In the beginning of the movie, like the first couple coughs, it was just like, it made you like flinch a little bit. But then I don't really hear that much like coughing after that. But
the child was coughing the whole movie.
I think I'm traumatized by coughs. And
yeah, the whole movie he was like coughing, and you could tell he was trying to like hold it in. And I'm just like, why are you here?
Torturing himself.
But yeah, so I saw it. I haven't seen a 3D movie in literally years because like, why? But we went to it just because like it's included with the AMC Stubs, and it was the only theater that had the most seats. Every other theater only had like the front row available. And I refused to sit in the front row. So we went to that. I was confused as to how I'm like, I'm a new glasses wearer. So I was very confused as to how I was supposed to wear the 3D glasses. I was like,
you're killing me. You put them right over your glasses.
I didn't know that. I was like, wait, I can just put them over my own, like I can just put them over my glasses. It was so weird.
You get the adult ones and not the kiddie ones, Shannon.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, once I figured that out, I was like, oh, cool. Okay.
How did it look?
Huh? It was good. I feel like it wasn't like anything spectacular, but I feel like really no 3D movie is like spectacular anymore. But yeah, it was cool. It was just weird because like I said, I haven't seen a 3D movie in like a long time. But yeah, we went to an 8:45 showing, and like I was saying before we started recording that I am getting too old to go to movies so late at night because I feel like we were in there forever. It was good, but I feel like there was like an hour, like we checked the time and then we realized there was like an hour left in the movie. I'm like, it already feels like we've been sitting here for 2 hours. Like I don't want to, and I don't know if it's because like I'm still kind of uncomfortable sitting in the movie theater or it's just because I'm getting old. I don't know what it was, but that was my second movie theater experience of the pandemic. So I guess we should we jump into it now? What do you guys think? Should we just talk about it?
Yeah, while we're on the subject.
All right.
Do it.
So what did you guys think of the movie overall? And then we'll like get into the specifics. Did you like it? or was it just me?
I loved it.
Ah, look at that, James. And you weren't even that excited about it.
I was pretty well after the trailer. I was
After the
excited
trailer.
about this. Yeah.
Yeah. But pre-trailer, I remember you were. Well, I don't think anyone was really that excited about it before the trailer came out. But yeah, it was good. Jaja, what did you think about it?
I enjoyed it a lot. Like I liked it as a movie by itself. Had some issues. Left with more questions than answers, definitely. But I liked the movie itself.
I had a lot of questions too about a lot of things. I liked it too. It was very different for a Marvel movie. You know what I mean? Like just the story it was just very different. And like
I mean, I love the way they displayed like Asian culture, especially like that was, you could tell that was a heavy theme and a main focus. And they did it pretty good, I feel like, especially like with the crouching tiger, hidden dragon vibes, the way they were fighting.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the choreography was amazing.
The choreography was top notch. Nothing like Iron Fist choreography. It was so good. So
I think it was the same guy who directed The Matrix.
Okay. Yes, I heard that.
Like that.
Mm-hmm.
So
I heard that.
It was very similar the way like she was dodging the rings and all that stuff. It was cool. That fight scene between the mom and the dad, that was the best scene of the movie.
It was really good. And the choreography was fantastic. And how do you say his name? Is it Sim Liu? Is that how you say his name? The actor's name?
Shang-Chi?
Yeah, no, but his real name.
Oh, his dad.
Huh? No, his real name. Shang-Chi's real name. Like his
his government name.
Yeah, his government name. Sim Liu, right? Sim Liu. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong.
Yeah.
He was on a Reddit forum. He was on Reddit the other day, live answering people's questions, by the way, about the movie. So that was cool. But
his character was awesome.
Yeah, he did a really, really good job. And this is like his first major breakout role. Like he played a part on, I don't know if any of you watched Kim's Convenience on Netflix, but he was on that show.
Yeah, I watched that.
Yeah. And so it was just really cool to see him like transition into this.
Really, he felt familiar to me. Like I felt like I've seen him before, but like,
did you watch Kim's Convenience?
No.
Oh, okay. Maybe he was in other stuff too. Let's see.
Maybe it's that star power. He's just so good at acting. It's like
right. Yeah. No, he did an amazing job. I thought he did a good job making that villain like relatable, but also you could tell like that he can go crazy at the same time. I mean, we didn't get much backstory besides that he's lived 1,000 years and found these rings somewhere.
Yeah,
but
I was confused about that. This man just
the whole. So when the movie started, I'm like, okay, he's lived 1,000 years. How is he gonna fall in love finally and have Shang-Chi and all this stuff? So when he meets the girl, I'm like, okay, he's gonna fall in love with her fighting. I didn't believe it until they had the close up when she like passed by him and made eye contact. I was like, yep, that did it right there.
Yeah, that's what I said too. I was like, oh, they're about to fall in love right now. That's literally what I said.
I was like, okay, they made me believe it.
It was cute though. It was cute. So what did you guys think about? So I guess you guys are right about Abomination being in the movie slightly. When we saw that scene, so we did see him. I don't know what relevance he served to the rest of the movie. I guess we'll find out in other movies.
That is that's one of my questions. Like, what did that have to do with anything? Like, why is Wong chilling with Abomination?
Why is Wong even there in the first place?
Yeah, Wong has been doing some weird stuff lately.
Yeah.
He's been everywhere.
Yeah, he's been. I was very confused as to why he was there. I didn't know what the purpose was, so I was.
It looks like he's training him somehow, like trying to like, I don't know, make him.
How did they come into contact with each other? I'm confused as to how.
Right, like who is he working for? Like why is he doing this? You know what I mean? And I don't know. I might be reaching here, but maybe he might be joining the Thunderbolts, Val's team.
Who, Wong or Abomination?
Abomination.
Oh yeah. I've heard that too. I've heard that go around too. So maybe.
So that's my guess.
But I still don't know how. Whatever. I don't know. Maybe we'll see Abomination again in Doctor Strange. Who knows? But it was a little weird. But that was cool. I don't really know which direction to go in for this movie. There's so many things to talk about. I guess we can start with. I kind of want to start with Awkwafina's character. What did you guys think about her?
That is the sister?
No, that was the friend.
Oh, the friend. Yes. She was awesome. I loved her. She
Okay.
played like a similar role like that Yelena played in Black Widow,
Mm-hmm.
like the comic relief, and she did a pretty good job. I think she didn't steal the show to me as much as Yelena did in Black Widow. By the way, disclaimer: I did like Black Widow better than Shang-Chi,
Wait,
but
you said you did like Black Widow better than Shang-Chi?
yeah,
Interesting. Okay.
overall as a movie. But I don't know if it's because I know Black Widow beforehand, because that was one of the weird things watching Shang-Chi. It was like learning about this new character. It was
Mm-hmm.
like weird in a Marvel movie. Like we've never had to do that. So, but
Yeah, true. Mm-hmm.
but besides that, you like Katie, I think what her name was in the
Katie,
movie.
yeah, Katie.
She was awesome. Like,
What did you, I have different opinions about her. What did you think about her, James?
Yeah, like I could tell they were leading her up for a sidekick role / love interest, and I was like, well, she doesn't have any power, so how she's going to be anyone's sidekick? But then, I mean, the driving and then the bow and arrow stuff, I was like, okay, I see. This a regular person can do this stuff without having any sort of 10 ring powers. So
I kind of wish that she already knew how to shoot a bow and arrow, because I was kind of angry that she learned how to shoot a bow and arrow in like a day, and then like she was able
I
to.
mean, if we want to talk about it, like, how did he got training from when he was like, let's say 8 to 14, right?
Mhm,
His mom died when he was somewhere around that,
mhm.
and he got trained to be a killer. And then he goes on an assassin mission and runs away. I don't know if he's trained in this 10 years, but I know you haven't killed anybody in these 10 years. And all of a sudden you still know your martial arts like to a T. Like that was a little sus to me.
it's like riding a bike, Jaja.
Muscle
It's
memory.
like
Yeah.
the first thing that came to my head was Dragon Ball Z when Gohan took that break from being Team Gohan. He turned into a little wuss. Like,
Well, in the beginning of the movie, like we saw him like wake up and like do some push-ups. So I'm assuming that he's still like, was doing some light training. Nothing like how he was doing when he was a kid. But yeah, I guess you're right about that. Yeah. So that was a little off.
and then his sister is like, she wasn't allowed to train. She watched them train and then taught herself to do it better than them who were going through the training and getting their butts whooped out there. That was also kind of sus, but
No, that was believable. I feel like that was believable. I don't know. I thought that was fine. I just was not taken by the fact that she became a bow and arrow and was a master and was able to shoot the dragon in the throat. I'm just like, you literally just picked up a bow yesterday. I'm confused. But I'm interested to see what purpose she's gonna serve in the future.
Yeah, moving forward.
Yeah, because she went with them at the end, and I'm like, why are they taking her? Like,
yeah, like Wong specifically asked for her to come, so she has to be connected somehow.
But how? Why? What is she contributing? That's what I'm interested to see. Like, what? Why?
Maybe they gave her a bow to go.
Maybe Hawkeye will train her in another movie. Who knows? I don't really know. I don't know. But
We'll see in his upcoming show.
Yeah. It was very random to see the fake Mandarin in the movie. I'm like, what are you doing here? I was
Yes, that was an interesting cameo.
Yes, it was a very interesting cameo, and he played a bigger part in the movie than I think was necessary. I'm just like, what are you like? Why are you here? It was so weird.
I mean, why was he able to talk to the creature and no one else could? That was my biggest question. Like, how? What is going on? He's understanding him perfectly, and no one else can understand him.
They spent so much time together.
That's what I was gonna say. I mean,
they're gonna make a stuffed animal out of it, and I'm gonna buy it.
Definitely. Pop coming soon. Limited edition.
Get the bots ready. Nah, don't do that. We hate bots.
But yeah, for people who are far removed from Iron Man 2, because I feel like the rewatch value on Iron Man 2 is very low. So I feel like a lot of people, it's been a while since a lot of people have seen Iron Man. So they might have been confused as to who he was. I knew who he was because I recently watched Iron Man 2 in my most recent rewatch of all the Marvel movies that I do occasionally. And I had to explain to my boyfriend because my boyfriend didn't remember who he was. And I'm just like, I feel like most people don't. You know what I mean? Because like, did you know who he was right off the bat? Did you recognize him? Okay.
Yes.
Well, some people. You're an exception, Jaja. Did you know who he was?
Especially because I don't know.
Yeah.
Did you guys see that short "All Hail the King" that's on Disney Plus right now?
Mm-mm.
I don't know where I've seen it. It must have been on Disney Plus, but it's like a short where this guy, or maybe it was like somebody leaking it, but a guy that was working for the Ten Rings goes and breaks him out of jail, and it's like a white guy in a white button up black pants, and he has the gun to his head saying that like you stole the Mandarin's name and now you got to pay for it. And you can see the 10 rings tattoo on his arm, I think. So, but that's like the whole short. Like he just kidnaps the Mandarin, and you don't know anything from that.
Interesting.
I didn't watch it on Disney Plus just now. I don't know if it's more than that, but I feel like I saw a leak of it or something because I've seen the scene where they kidnap the Mandarin, and he ends up under
Interesting.
Shang-Chi's dad's in prison. You know,
is that canon then? Is that okay? So I guess let's just assume that that's what happened in this movie. Okay, so it was just a little random to see him there. He was funny though. His whole bit about Planet of the Apes was funny. That was like that made me laugh. But I'm trying to think now.
I'm glad they panned to him during the big fight at the end, and it was like, what is he doing there while all of this is happening?
Playing dead.
Like he's playing dead. That's exactly what you think.
Of course, that's all he can do. I don't even know why he was standing there, like on the front line when they were all lining up. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, go sit somewhere else. But yeah, he was funny. We don't really know what happened to him at the end because we didn't see him anymore after the battle was over. So, don't know where he ended up. I'm assuming maybe he stayed there, but who knows?
How do you feel about the main character himself?
Who?
Shang-Chi.
I like him. He's low key might be one of my favorites now, just because I like this movie a lot. Like, especially like I grew up watching the kung fu movies, so I was like, okay, this guy, he's bringing me back to that bag when I was used to watch those movies. So yeah, I like him. And then he seems already OP because he didn't really take any true blue L's throughout the movie. So then now that he has the rings, or I'm assuming he has the rings, he's going to be a problem to deal with.
Yeah, he said he had them, so yeah. Now that you say that, he does seem kind of OP. He does.
He was definitely giving me Jackie Chan vibes, the way his stunts were being performed, like using the objects and swinging off stuff.
Yeah.
But I would have liked to see that one-on-one between him and the Death Dealer, I think is his name in the comics, the ninja in the blue suit. I would have seen that. I wanted to see that fight finish, but it got interrupted and you never really got to see who was stronger. And I will never see because that character is gone. So yeah, he's OP, especially with the rings now. Like those rings are sick. Like
he's definitely OP. I wonder where he's gonna rank now in terms of strength. If he's using those, I feel like he'll be up there with. Who do you think is the strongest Avenger right now?
Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
No, Wanda by far.
I feel like it's close though. I feel like it's a close tie between the two of them. Because they both take power from an Infinity Stone, so I feel like it's pretty.
Right.
I feel like it might almost.
They hyping up Wanda right now, saying that she's stronger than Doctor Strange and she's a Nexus being and all this stuff.
I mean, I think she is stronger than Doctor Strange, to be honest.
If she can like change reality, she can like just dematerial, change it. You know what I mean? I think
I would put her above. I would put her above Captain Marvel strictly because of that part. Yeah. So do you think he's right under that, or do you think he's under Captain Marvel? So
I think he's up there with Captain Marvel.
Okay.
Yeah, because we're still not even sure like what the rings really can do.
That's true.
Yeah, like she doesn't even know what they are. No one's seen them. Apparently, they're older than the Earth. Could that be a Kang Easter egg? I don't know.
Oh, maybe.
Oh, yeah,
I don't know. I didn't
Some
even think
tech
about
from
that.
the future, maybe. I'm reaching.
You might be reaching. Maybe the Eternals had something to do with the rings. Maybe we'll find out more about them in the Eternals.
Yeah, apparently it's a beacon that the ring was sent. The post-credit scene. Did you see the mid and post-credit scene?
Yes.
They were studying the rings, and it was a beacon to something.
Yeah. So maybe it's connected to them. Who knows? I'm kind of interested, which we'll get back to that in a second. I'm kind of interested to know how far in the future this movie takes place after the Thanos thing. Because I feel like it's kind of weird now post Thanos when we're seeing these new characters and we don't know like what happened to them during that time. It was kind of weird. It's like, was he blipped away? Did he stay?
So in a video I was watching, I gotta start crediting these YouTubers that I'm stealing their information. But
was it Eric Voss? Was it New Rockstars?
No, it was either Eric Voss or Everything Always is another channel that I go to. But shout out everything always. But I think they were saying that he wasn't in the blimp because I think it was Eric Voss who always does the like year calculation of when
Yeah.
everything happened. But he was saying that it must have happened the same time as Spider-Man No Way Homecoming, or whenever he went to
Far From Home.
London, Far
Yeah.
From Home.
hmm
And that he must not have been blipped to have aged the years they say he aged.
Oh, got it. Okay.
So he was chilling.
It's just chilling all that time. I just want
Mhm.
I just want to know what he was doing
Driving Ferraris.
in the 5 years that half the population was gone.
Valet, yeah.
Driving Ferraris. That first scene was great. I thought he was gonna be like driving the Ferrari, and then you find out he's valet. That was awesome.
What did you guys think about the main fight scene at the end, like the war quote? Did you guys like it? Were you guys enamored by these soul creatures? I wasn't really, to be honest, but it was cool. The choreography was still cool.
Yeah, they kind of came out of nowhere. So I was like, these random guys, I'm sure they're gonna just be fodder for like a bigger fight. But I mean, it was cool to see it happening.
Yeah, it was cool, I guess. I just don't. So like the whole thing with like the dragon, the protector, we were kind of wondering like what what made the dragon wake up for him. Like, when was the last time this dragon was seen? Like how amazing is it? Like, you know what I mean? Like how rare is it for the dragon to just pop up? I wasn't getting that vibe. Like I didn't get those answers.
I mean, from the movie, it seems like the dragon doesn't pop up that often, and it only literally popped up to fight that monster the last time.
I guess.
Yeah.
So.
And whenever Shang-Chi fell into the water and whatever he did woke the dragon up.
Yeah, that makes the most sense, I guess. I just wasn't. Yeah, that part I wasn't really like.
You wasn't feeling the dragon? I like the dragon.
I mean, the dragon was cool, but I guess I just wasn't. I don't know. I guess I just wasn't compelled by.
I thought it was kind of retarded that when the armies were fighting, all of a sudden they stopped and was like, okay, like we all got to fight these enemies. Let me get your weapons. And like, I don't know if I would just hand over my dragon scale to these guys. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, yeah.
Like, yo, y'all sit in the corner over there. We got this. We've done this before. You know what I mean?
It was for a greater good, else they were all gonna.
Now Razor Fist has a dragon scale freaking hand.
That's true. But isn't he a good guy now? I don't know. I thought that
his sister took over the 10 rings.
That's true. But isn't he there though?
About that.
Huh? Yeah, his sister. So I want to know where that's going. Is she like I want to know like where we're gonna see her next and like what she's gonna be doing. Is she gonna be doing like shady stuff? Like how
Shannon Carter.
How Shannon Carter's doing shady stuff. Yeah. I don't know. I guess we'll see. I feel like she's doing shady stuff. I feel like that's definitely what's gonna
100%.
It came off 100% shady.
Or at least anti-hero stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. It came off 100% shady to me. So I'm interested to see where she's gonna pop up next.
You guys saw the Black Widow cameo?
What?
During the fighting tournament, there was the girl who was fighting the guy who was glowing.
No.
She was and he was like,
I heard about this on a video I watched. Yeah, it wasn't.
She was dressed up like a widow.
She was a widow, but she wasn't like widow. She wasn't Black Widow,
but a widow. Yeah.
Yes. I did see that. I get that. I got that reference. That was kind of cool. So I guess the whole point of that scene was to just throw random cameos in there of different people.
One thing that I thought was sus about the main character learning his mom's like technique so fast, that was kind of sus, but I let it pass. I'm just gonna think that she was training him as a kid the same technique, and it just came back to him quick.
Yeah, it was showing flashbacks of them two training together, at least when he was doing the stuff with the rings. So I assumed that she at least taught him something, the forms or something.
Yeah.
I was gonna say one of the funniest parts of the movie is when they mimicked the same scene as when his mom stared down his dad, like when they were fighting, and the dad's face was just hilarious. He looked so angry, but in the first scene he looked so happy. that was hilarious.
He did a really good job too, by the way. The actor that played Wenwu, he played that real well also. So
yeah,
I felt kind of bad for him because it's like he didn't really do anything wrong, you know. He tried to get vengeance for his wife. I feel like he wasn't really evil. He was just
I mean, before
being
he met
cruel.
her, he was kind of evil.
I mean, yes, before that. But I feel like he atoned for his sins when he met her.
He
And I feel
atoned.
Yeah,
and I
he
feel
his
like
rings away.
I feel like he was just deeply hurt by the fact that his wife was murdered. So he, you know, he snapped a little bit. I feel like that's understandable. You know?
That's
Yeah,
what
because
makes
he
him such
had
a
the
good
rings
character.
off for a while.
Yeah, he took them off. He was trying to live a solid life, and
And
then
he
he only
aged and everything. Like,
he only put
yeah.
them back on to avenge his wife, which I understand. I understand. So I wasn't really sure why he was made out to be the bad guy in this situation, because like it was understandable, you know. He thought he heard his wife calling to him. He didn't know he was being manipulated. It's not anyone's fault. It could have happened to anyone.
yes.
The only thing that was kind of villainous, you know, was the fact that he was going to burn their village down for not letting him in. But you know, whatever. He was angry. He was trying to get to his wife. Whatever. I felt for him.
And I love how honest he was about it. They're like, yo, what are you gonna do if they just don't give her to us? He's like, we're gonna burn it down to the ground. like straight up.
Yeah, he had no time for nonsense. He's too old for that.
Yeah, he thought he was trying
And
to save his wife.
The water graphics, every time they did those water animations that like slowed down the water, oh my god, that stuff looks beautiful.
Mm-hmm. The choreography was great. The CGI was great. Also, everything was good. I liked all the little creatures. They were all cool to look at. It was kind of like Pokemon meets Narnia meets like some other stuff. Like that's kind of
what it gave
me
King Kong vibes when they went into that other world and was like looking at it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it was very different. Like I said, it was a very different style of Marvel movie from what we're used to seeing, but it was really good.
Still, I like remember last episode I was asking like I wanted to learn how he's going to connect to the bigger Marvel universe.
Mm-hmm.
Still don't know.
I mean, we kind of know now from the post-credit scene, the first post-credit scene, but not really. But you know, Wong just kind of brings him in and tells him that he's gonna be an Avenger, quote, basically without saying that. But like, what I was confused about in that scene was why Bruce Banner was human again when I thought he was permanently the Hulk.
I guess that's the answer to that question.
What did we miss here? So like, someone needs to explain that soon. And like, maybe we'll know. Maybe we'll find out when She-Hulk starts, when the She-Hulk series starts, like how that happened. It was jarring to look at. I'm like, why are you a person?
It was an interesting mix, like Captain Marvel, Bruce Banner, and Wong asking what the rings are. Like it was like,
I mean, but I guess those are the only people qualified to kind of like give any analysis to what they are, because like who else is gonna tell you, you know, who else is gonna give an analysis on that type of weapon? Like it's not gonna be, it's not gonna be Bucky, you know what I mean? So I don't.
Yeah.
And you know, Tony Stark is dead, so like those are the only two people I think with enough, you know, knowledge, you know, space knowledge, and then, you know, scientific matter knowledge to like give an analysis on what they could be.
Where was Doctor Strange?
That's a good question. Where was Doctor Strange? Maybe they just couldn't afford to pay him to be in this movie for 5 minutes. I don't know.
He's in too many movies coming up. They're like, let's he's good on this paycheck.
That's what I thought about. Like, maybe that's why Bruce Banner was human. I'm like, maybe they couldn't afford his CGI for this movie.
They blew the CGI budget on water.
Imagine him as the Hulk, like talking English in his Hulk form in that scene.
What happened?
That would have been weird if he was in Hulk form in that scene, post-credit scene.
It would have been weird, but like
talking about the artifact.
We were kind of led to believe that like he was, you know, permanently changed into like the smart Hulk. You know what I mean? And like that was like
they changed the Hulk on us. They changed the Hulk on us all the time without even explaining anything. Like that's the one character that's been changed the most. I swear.
That's true. I just assumed he would never be human again, which I kind of liked. So I want them to explain that. That was a little strange to see. And he looks like he aged tremendously, which is why I was asking how far in the future this movie took place. Like, why does he look so old?
You think they aged him for the movie, or is like the actual actor?
Oh, that's a good question. I think they aged him for the movie. I think.
Right,
I don't know.
because they use the de-aging technology on like um Robert Downey Jr. So
Yeah.
why would they like not use it on Bruce Banner?
But I mean, I guess
So it
he
had to
did.
be on purpose, was what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
I mean, but I guess he did age because like he was the Hulk for like 5 years, right? Like during the time of the snap.
It could have to do with him snapping too, because he did do a snap.
That's
So.
true. And that's why his arm was in the sling, because his arm is still messed up from that. So cool. I guess we'll find out. I'm wondering when we'll see the rings again. What movie do you think we'll see him in again? Doctor Strange? Captain Marvel 3? The Marvels?
Good question.
Hmm.
There's so many things coming out. It could appear in anything.
Yeah. Now that he's gang, he can be anywhere.
I wouldn't be surprised if they made a 10-ring show, like, and it came out.
I mean, I feel like that's the most appropriate place where we would see like the 10 rings, like gang next. Because I don't know where it would make sense for them to pop up again. You know what I mean? But I don't know. Marvel already has this stuff planned out. I saw an article the other day saying that they already have the next phase after this. They said it's already underway. So, they're geniuses in the art of piecing a whole story together.
There was some breaking news this morning.
What happened?
It was leaked. I don't know how confirmed it is, but the Russo brothers are at a standstill with Marvel, negotiating how they're gonna do Secret Wars.
Sorry.
So
that's
terrible. They said they're at an impasse, and that's pretty bad. So
that's terrible news. That's so bad.
Yeah, I wonder what it could be. Like, what do they not have the creative freedom that they want? Because they've been killing it so far. I don't see why they'd limit their creative freedom.
I think they're speculating about the money. Like, it has to do with like Scarlett Johansson's lawsuit.
Come on, Mickey Mouse.
But
that's terrible. We need
that's the word on the street.
Oh no. Listen, Disney needs to be doing whatever they can to keep their creatives happy.
Right.
Like Marvel is bringing in a whole bunch of money for them. Like they're already making money from other things too, but like Marvel is like a huge money, it's huge. It's like you're sitting on like a hugely successful franchise. Like don't be stupid and mess that up. You have the money to pay these people. Pay them.
I think they said they reported somewhere that Shang-Chi made on Friday. The money that it made on Friday was more than the low end projection for the whole weekend.
Really? So, that's what I meant to. Yeah, I meant to look up the box office numbers.
It did way better than expected. I don't think it did as good as Black Widow did, but I think it's on par to
What do you mean it didn't do as good as Black Widow? People
the first day.
The first
day. But the first weekend is supposed to like shatter Black Widow.
Yeah, so next week we'll do like the weekend box office numbers, but it did make $29.6 million on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, they got my $10.
Yeah. They got my actually I don't know because I don't know how that works because I have an AMC card. But whatever. Yeah. Oh wait. Do we already have weekend numbers? Let's see.
How much did Black Widow do the first day?
Okay, I looked that up in 1 second. So it made 29 million on Friday. Not Black Widow, Shang-Chi. It made 23.2 million on Saturday. So the 3-day total domestically is 71.4 million. Okay. Which is pretty good. Okay, so it's just okay. So Shang-Chi. So this article says that Shang-Chi will be the second biggest domestic opening of the year behind Black Widow, which debuted at 80.3 million over 3 days in July. Okay.
So it's got to do more than 80 to get past Black Widow.
It said that it's on track for 83.5 million for the 4-day time frame of the weekend. So Labor Day weekend was, I guess, a kind of smart weekend. Because at first I was like, why did they release it on Labor Day? But it's kind of smart because there's more time for people to go see it in the theater if people that have long weekends. So that was kind of smart. But yeah, good job. And, for a movie with a majority Asian cast as well. So that's really good to see. and it's really good to see it doing so well in the box
Mhm.
office. But anyway, before we move on, any more thoughts about Shang-Chi before we give overall rating of the movie?
Nope. I really liked it.
That's all I got.
All right. So what do you rate it on a scale of 1 to 10?
Who's going
Go
first? So let's see.
Go ahead, James.
I'm giving it a 9.
9. Yay. Wow. What about you, Jaja? 9 is so I feel like that's the highest you've ever rated a movie. James.
Am
Yeah,
I
I
allowed
like
to
this movie
change
a lot.
Am I allowed to change my Black Widow score?
No.
I would like to change my Black Widow score. I think I gave it an 8.
Okay.
I would
so
like to give it a 9 and give Shang-Chi an 8.5.
Black Widow did not get a Black Widow's not a 9. I know it's all
Man,
opinion
I
based.
still need to see this.
Oh, you still didn't see Black Widow?
Yeah, put it on Disney Plus for free. Come on, Disney, what are you doing? You got enough money.
I give Shang-Chi an 8.5. Yes, it was good. But I give
High
Black Widow
scores.
definitely did not get a 9 on my scale. Black Widow got like a 7. It was good. I don't think it was a 9 though. But it was good. But overall, Shang-Chi was amazing. So now I feel very hopeful and excited now for the next movie, which will be Eternals in November. So we have a month with no Marvel content, and then we will be back at it again in November.
We got episodes of What
Yeah,
If.
we got What If
Yeah,
still
no,
coming
What
out.
If will take us, because I think there is, how many more episodes of What If are there? Let me see.
5, I think.
Yeah, What If will take us all the way through until, actually, no, I might be lying to you. Sorry.
I think there's 9 episodes total.
Yeah, there's 9 episodes. Yeah. So this was 4. So there's 5 episodes left. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
should we talk about that right now? The What If episode?
Yeah.
I'm gonna get into that.
So when What If ends, there will be a couple weeks, left of October, and then Eternals will come out. But yes, let's talk about What If, which I meant to watch over again because I dozed off in the middle a little bit, but I didn't.
Wow.
But no. I was paying it. I didn't fall asleep. I was just not paying attention to it, like as much as I wanted to be. But I got the gist of the episode. I know what was happening. Let's.
Shame on you, Shannon.
Did you watch it late at night?
No, I watched it in the morning, but I was really tired when I watched it. So, I'll let someone else lead the conversation. You go ahead, Jaja.
It was one of my favorite episodes, if not favorite episode.
It was really dark. It was a really surprisingly dark episode.
Yeah, darker than the third one. I didn't know it could get darker than the third one, but yeah. They did it.
Yeah.
And I thought it was really, really cool. Like, I liked it. What about you, James?
Yeah, I agree with you. This is probably my favorite episode of What If so far.
I feel like every episode that comes out is better than the last. So I feel like hopefully it only, keeps going that way. But yeah, I enjoyed it as well. I had points written down. I have to rewatch the episode closer because it comes out on Wednesday, and then by the time we record, I just forget like all the details of the episode. I forget. You know what I mean? So I don't remember.
So he was taking Christine out on a date. By the way, the voice acting I thought was way better.
Was that better than
episode?
Was that better than Cumberbatch, or was that somebody else?
Yeah, it was. They both came back.
Okay,
Christine
good.
And
that was Rachel McAdams. That didn't sound like Rachel McAdams.
It didn't, but it was her. Yeah. I feel you because it didn't really sound like her, but yeah, I was okay with it.
It didn't sound like her at all. But okay, cool.
But so he was taking her out on a date, or no, they were going to a celebration for him. Mm-hmm. Like he did a surgery. I forgot the name of the surgery where they split a brain in half.
Yep. And
she dies on the way there. He gets into a car crash, and he becomes Doctor Strange. He goes to the mystic arts, trying to learn magic to try and bring her back
to life.
And once he got the time stone, he pretty much essentially created a loop in time going back to but right before she died, trying to stop her from dying, but finds out that no matter what he does, she ends up dying.
Mm-hmm.
And that was really a sad point in the episode. Yeah. And then the Ancient One explains to him that it's an absolute point in time.
Yeah.
And there's nothing he can do to change it. And wow. What I thought was really cool was that they definitely made him stronger than our Doctor Strange, being that he had his hands. Yeah. He wasn't limited by that, so he was able to learn the magic a lot faster. The only sus thing is how would he even find the mystic arts without like I feel like you would have to be like not anyone can find that. I guess he was always destined to be Doctor Strange,
Mhm.
but like they didn't really explain how he found the mystic arts, but they just said he went to it.
I guess we can just assume from the movie, you know what I mean? Just because like
That he went through
there's
the
so much
same
that they try to
process, right?
yeah, there's so much that they try to cram into the 30 minutes episodes. You know, there's some stuff that they have to assume that we know already because we watched the movie, like the original source material. So, you know, we can just assume that he found it the same way he found it the first time. I guess.
Right.
I guess.
Yeah. And then it's like when he battled the other half of him, it was like he was gonna win because he's obviously stronger than him. He's been absorbing all these monsters, plus he's stronger right off the bat. So I didn't see it going that dark, but he eventually like his whole universe collapsing on him was pretty like that's as dark as it gets. Like I don't like
Yeah. It was really dark. Good job, Marvel, for taking us there. From lighthearted fun to dark, gloomy.
I did predict. I was like watching this episode. I'm like, he's doing all of this to get her back. By the time like he actually succeeds, she's not gonna recognize him, and like that's exactly what happened.
Yeah. Yep. It was sad. It was sad to see. It was cool to see the interaction between the Watcher because you know the Watcher was always just something, you know, he's just there. It was cool to actually see him talk and interact with him in an episode.
Yeah, he like it was like a power scaling type of thing. Like he's like in the same room as this guy, essentially, in terms
Yeah.
of power. He was like, "Hey, can't you do anything?" And they're like, "I just watch this stuff, man."
That must
I
be a
do.
cool gig.
I feel like he's getting closer and closer to like intervening. Like I feel like something's gonna happen where we get like some type of multiverse Avengers because we did get that promo of Doctor Strange being there with T'Challa and you know Thor and our Captain Carter. So I feel like something's gonna happen. The Watcher's he's gonna have to intervene.
Probably no, yeah, probably in the last episode.
Yeah, they're saving it for the grand finale, I'm sure.
Yeah,
But
because the last episode is supposed to be Ultron, Vision, Infinity Stones, and Guardians of the Multiverse. There's a lot going on in the season in that episode. The
I
last
hope
episode.
that one's more than 30 minutes.
I hope so too, because that sounds like a lot. Honestly, that sounds like a lot to try to squeeze in there. The next episode is about Thor, Party Thor. So I feel like we're taking a stark turn from dark. We're pivoting back up.
do you have the episode list in front of you?
I do.
When is the zombies episode?
Episode 7 is zombies.
Okay.
So we got 2 more episodes, and then zombies.
Okay.
So, and then the next episode is Party Thor, and the episode after that is Killmonger and Tony. So this is just like, so these are all just separate realities, right? Since Tony, all the Avengers died in the last episode, but this is just alternate realities.
Right. I'm assuming.
It's all over the place. It's because the multiverse is confusing. Because like they can literally do anything and just say it's the multiverse, and then we just have to think about it as an alternate dimension. It's just weird.
And accept it.
It's the perfect solution to plot holes.
It is. It really is though. It's like a cheat code.
Yeah. Just blame it on the multiverse. What do you rate this episode? 1 to 10? 10?
It's
up there. It has to be like a 9 at least.
Yep, I'm going with the 9 as well.
I don't disagree with that. But yeah, what if is proving to be, it's a very interesting series. So, and I think that they already got approved for season 2, so we're gonna see it continue in the long run. So it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool to see things like in a twisted alternate reality.
Yeah, I just hope they pay the comic creators better season 2.
Listen, Disney all around needs to just do better. They're not doing great right now. Why are they being so stingy? I don't get it. I feel like
We'll never know.
Disney is a monster conglomerate and they are swallowing up every media entity that they can. So I don't understand why. Let me look that up. What companies does Disney own?
That's a long list right there.
Okay, let's see.
I know we can say Marvel and ESPN. Do they own Hulu?
Yes, they do. ABC, ESPN, Touchstone Pictures, Marvel, Lucasfilm, A&E, the History Channel, Lifetime, Pixar, Vice Media. Well, they have 10% holding stake in Vice Media, so
Everything.
and then a whole bunch of other like little random things that we've never heard of. They own a lot of stuff.
Right. Yeah.
Lifetime and History Channel are pretty random for Disney.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like at some point they have to be stopped, but
Government
Well,
will have to send the Avengers.
well, I know. Marvel needs the funding though, but I feel like Marvel is a big enough franchise on its own where like it doesn't even need Disney at this point. But Disney bought Fox, so now it does need it. But that's the only reason.
Are you hyped for DC fandom?
What?
Are you hyped for the DC fandom event that's coming up?
No.
I think they're dropping trailers for some movies.
Why would I be hype about anything that DC is doing? DC does
I'm
have a
just
lot
saying,
of movies.
they trying.
They are trying. They do have a lot of movies coming out this year, but no. I'm not hype about. I'm not hype about.
I'm trying to tell you guys, Titans is fire.
I was just gonna say that.
That's different though.
I'm gonna start Titans. I'm gonna start Titans and check that out.
Their shows are good. I feel like their shows have always been good. Like I always enjoyed like the DC shows that were on the CW, like Arrow and the Flash. Like those were always good. And Titans, I'm sure, is good too. It's just that they're just missing when it comes to their movies, and their like cinematic universe is just a miss. It's just a huge miss. So
just think of it as a multiverse.
I'm not really interested in seeing the third iteration of Batman. Like it's just all they do is they just keep recycling things over and over again.
That's no different than Spider-Man.
It is different from Spider-Man, and the fact that, which is what I really liked, is that when Tom Holland got introduced into Marvel, they didn't do like an origin story. You know what I mean? He was just already there. I like that we didn't have to watch another Spider-Man origin story again. Yeah, that's what I like most about that, and that's why Tom Holland is the best Spider-Man, to be honest. But so that's different. But if this is another origin story for Batman, like if we have to see again, like if I just don't want to see it. I just don't.
Just jump into the Justice League.
Yeah, we already know. Like we already know everything that there is to know about Batman. Like any person walking into that theater to watch it should know what they have to know about Batman. Like don't
just start the movie with him just punching somebody in the face.
Yeah.
Wham! Like back in the day.
I am gonna go and watch. Well, I'm gonna watch all of them. I guess I have to, and I guess I should make use of my AMC card. So even if the movie's bad, at least I didn't technically pay for it. But I am kind of excited for Black Adam. That's the only one that I'm interested in seeing because it's new. You know what I mean? It's not a reboot. It's not a redo. So I'm kind of want to see how that movie is gonna go. But that's the only one, really.
Yeah, they have a game, Gotham Knights. That's coming out sometime early next year. I'm really excited for that. The Batman games are incredible.
I played a little bit of the Batman games. They're good.
That Gotham Knights game looks incredible. Like you can be like a few different characters from the Batman universe, but I don't think you can be Batman. Like you can be Robin and Nightwing and Batgirl.
That's weird.
Yeah, Red Hood.
Yeah, Red Hood. It's but it looks crazy. I mean, I think it's a sequel to the Batman games, right? The Arkham series.
Yeah, I think it comes after Arkham Knight.
It's weird that
similar gameplay, but just upgraded to the max.
Yeah. So really quickly, guys, before we because we did spend a lot of time talking about Shang-Chi and things, I just want to hear James' thoughts on Candyman. You went to see it. I haven't seen it. I'm gonna go see it next week. Yeah,
I saw it last night. So I did go late. It was a 10 o'clock showing. I happened to stay awake. I thought I was going to fall asleep too, because it was kind of cold in there too, but it was an interesting enough movie. But yeah, Candyman is really good. It's not like terrifying. So there's not there were jump scares in there, but I didn't flinch because, that's just how I do. But it's a really good movie though. It's not just the traditional, everyone just trying to summon these Candyman for fun. There's an artist, and then he has his whole background story that goes along with it. And he was doing an art display, and that kind of introduced the Candyman lore to the people surrounding the area. And then there was mentions of like gentrification and stuff like that. So it is a bit of a history lesson too, as well as kind of just scariness going on.
Okay. That's a different perspective because I didn't hear anything about that when Jossie was talking about the movie. So like, thank you.
Yeah, no, it's really good.
Okay, I am gonna see it this week. Jaja, are you planning to see Candyman at all?
I do plan on seeing it. Yes.
Okay, cool. So the scary meter, it wasn't like that scary. Like, what do you give it in scariness?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of gory, but it's not terrifying. Scary meter, I'd probably say like 6 or 7.
Oh, okay, that's what Jossie said also. All right. I'm convinced that I'll be fine if I go to see this. So
yeah, and I forgot her name from WandaVision. Tiana Parrish, though. I forgot what her actual character is. Yeah, she's in it. I didn't see her in any of the trailers, but yeah, she's in it.
Oh, cool. Is she like a main character or is she just like
Yeah, she's a main character.
Oh, wow. Okay. Cool. Would you ever stand in the mirror and try to summon Candyman if someone dared you to?
Yeah, not even as a kid.
No.
Didn't even do it as a kid. That or Bloody Mary. I wasn't playing around with those.
It's one of those things where like you're tempted to do it because you really want to see what happens, but like you're smart enough to not.
Exactly.
What about you, Jaja? Would you do it if somebody dared you to?
I definitely did it as a kid.
You did?
Definitely.
Oh, he's here to tell the tale.
And nothing happened. No crazy stuff.
Nothing.
Nothing.
You sure you did it right?
I was there mad at the mirror, like, yeah, I want to be the Candyman.
Was it the right temperature? The right time of year? Were all the conditions met?
I'm saying they're like Candyman and just like running, you know what I mean? In case anything comes out.
Do it on Halloween and then tell us what happened.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he's not in any of those like scary Halloween type mashup movies. Maybe now that he's been introduced again in like the movie world, he'll be, because you know how like Halloween they'll bring like Freddy, Jason, all those other guys. So maybe Candyman will get some love moving forward. And even guys like Jeepers Creepers, like they tend to come back in various movies when it's like a movie monster mashup.
Can I just say that
really interesting.
On a side note, I used to be so afraid of Jeepers Creepers, like that movie when I was a kid. I saw it recently because it was on TV and I was like, this is what I was afraid of. Like, it looks so bad now. It's crazy how time will like, and the advancement of technology and graphics will just like, you know, you can just get over your childhood fears because it all just looks so bad. It's so terrible now. That's a random thought that I had to say. Anyway, I know that we're at time. Does anyone have anything else before we wrap?
Nope, not that I can think of here.
All right. Well, if you haven't seen Shang-Chi yet, make sure you go to the theater and see it and let us know your thoughts. As always, you can like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and Instagram, at Blerdsnerds. Send us an email, blerdsnerds@gmail.com. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and rate, review, and subscribe on your podcast listening app of choice. As always, I'm Shannon.
I'm James.
I'm Jaja.
Thanks for listening, guys. Bye.
Peace.
Peace.